Hi guys, welcome to my office. It's slowly coming together. I am having fun creating my home office. I wanted to talk a little bit today about a concept that I got to speak about in church last weekend, and that's the idea of misplaced shame. Now, I think there's two kinds of shame in life. There's one kind that can move us towards wanting to better ourselves, being I'm sorry, if you want to use religious language like repentance and forgiveness and those kind of things. And that's a totally legit form of shame. Like you're ashamed that you stole something from a store, or that you cheated on a test, or that you treated somebody badly when you were in a bad mood. And you need to say I'm sorry. You need to make amends for that. That's totally normal shame. But I think a lot of us, especially women, well, I don't know, I've never lived in a man's body, so I don't know. But I think women and men carry around a lot of what I would consider misplaced shame. And that's shame that didn't need to be there in the first place. Things that have nothing to do with your character, things that have nothing to do with your heart or who you are or what you care about in this world, but somehow you've decided through your upbringing or through life experience or through somebody telling you that these things are actually quite shameful. So I used the example of my housekeeping. I am not a good housekeeper. It partly has to do with how I choose to spend my time, partly has to do with my chronic illness, but a lot of it has to do with I just am not good at it. I get overwhelmed easily. I am really good at making messes, better than I am at cleaning them up. And over the years, through all sorts of various mind games I've played with myself, I've really come down to a place where I have felt like my lack of ability to have a perfect home for my sons and my husband is really shameful. And so shameful to the point that I'm hurting them, and that I'm not being a good mom, that I'm not being a good wife, that I'm not being a good steward of my home. And so all these things have come into play. And I've been studying shame from the Bible and reading some of Brené Brown's books and studying shame from other sources. And what I'm learning is that misplaced shame is something that we have got to get rid of. It is only serving a purpose to clutter our mind, to clutter our lives, to stop us from living our purpose, and to stop us from really connecting with God and with one another. So with my example, my home being cluttered has stopped me from having people over to visit because I don't want them to see my house a mess. But that stopped a connection. And the shame piece has stopped a connection between me and God, because I'm ashamed and I'm scared and I'm afraid he's going to tell me that I'm a bad girl. So this is a really simplistic, really short version. But what I've realized is this shame is false. It's false shame. It's misplaced shame. There's nothing wrong with my character. This is just the way I am. This is how my life has played out. I've got a lack of skills over here that I'm pretty darn proud of, and housekeeping is not in that list. And so I just want to encourage you today to take kind of a look at yourself and see if there's anything going on in your life. Maybe you've developed a belief that you're too shy, or that you're too fat, or that you're too skinny, or that you're too loud and outgoing. Or maybe you're not a good housekeeper too, or maybe, I don't know. We can be so self-critical. The trick is when it goes into this shame place, that's when it gets really dangerous, because it really eats up time in our heart and minds. So I'd encourage you to look for those places, journal about them, draw about them, talk to your friends about them. I'm starting the conversation here at Kimberly Speaks. But continue this conversation and get misplaced shame out of your life. Let's be done with this, and let's just walk together and connect with one another and live a life we were supposed to live, not one that's full of shame that doesn't have its place in our life anymore. that's my thought for today. I will connect with you guys again soon. Bye-bye.